Hey there, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising. Welcome to your full moon in Sagittarius reading. The full moon is happening on June 3rd or 4th, depending on where you are in the world. I did on Facebook. If you want to check out for about the astrology, there will be a reading that comes out on Friday night that really gets into the astrology. But you guys have here the rune card here of Birkenau. So this is about your family. You can see she's like packing up, she's moving. This is about new beginnings, new opportunities, and understanding that you have a lot of support. You have a lot of support in that area. And it also said that you would have the strength. You would have the strength to overcome. And I thought, well, how perfect, because you're Leo. So there is this thing that's going on. Venus is getting ready to move into your sign, and she'll be there on the 5th. And she's going to be there until the 1010 Gateway on Facebook. If you want to come join me, we're going to definitely be working with Venus as she travels through your sign and does her retrograde there. And it's all about empowering you. And so I invite you to come check that out. So this new moon in this full moon in Sagittarius was a new moon in Sagittarius when it was at 0 degrees of, not 0 degrees, at 12 degrees of Sagittarius, but it was the North Node was at 0 degrees of Gemini, and so it was right before it moved into Taurus, and that was on December 4th of 2021. So think back. What was going on there? That seed of intention that you planted at that time has had a chance to fruit and to become something. And now there's a flowering stage. There's a harvesting stage. With the full moon, we always want to read, it's a flowering stage. You got the card of the flowers. There's always the need to release something to create space in order to bring something in. And so it's sort of like when you deadhead flowers on a plant, then it allows them to grow more buds and more flowers, right? And so there's something here about completing a phase of a cycle, but still promoting growth, because there's something very energetic about this degree point. Lilith is very involved in this situation. She's currently in your sign, and we're actually going to be talking a lot about her over on Facebook as we work through the Venus situation. So flowers. Flowers are about gathering your joy, gathering your happiness, looking for what's blooming in your life, counting your blessings and seeing where the joy and the happiness is. And also, so for instance, say you are actually literally moving and you have family and friends that show up, each one of them that show up, well, look at them as though a flower in your life, right? They're creating this beautiful bouquet of people that love and support you. And so you're being invited to kind of look around your life and see where that happens. The key to the situation is community. You've got the birds here. There's different birds, different skills. They're having conversation. It's in the heart space. There's a resonance in the heart space where you're finding where you really fit in, even though you may not be the same. This deck actually has 3 birds cards, and one of them has all owls, the other one has all chickens, but this one has multiple different kinds of birds. They're sitting there companionly. It is a cherry blossom, and so it is a spring energy. It is a new beginning. It's a new opportunity, and you're in the process of making a choice and decision, a major one, that is going to direct you on a path. It's a path of change that has a lot of opportunity. However, that being said, there is going to be a requirement from you that you put in the effort, that you show up for yourself. You have a lot of masculine energy coming through here. So the challenge has been in the area of resources. It's we've got the bear. The bear spirit has your back. He's helping you to catch the fish. You may not notice that. So fish represent abundance, financial stability. It's the way we take care of ourselves. For a bear, it's really important, right? That's their meal. And the salmon, when they're running upstream in the fall in Alaska, if you've ever seen them, the bear are just in there eating them like crazy. So it's an abundance, but they have to store up and stock up because they're about to go into hibernation, and that way they have enough to get them through. And so it almost feels as though there may have been a struggle around the bank account and not feeling as though you are getting enough into the bank to store up for difficult times, or having to tap that savings that you did have in a way that you weren't really wanting to. So maybe your car broke down and you had to repair your car, or maybe you have to move and it was like way more for the down payment than you thought. And so you're like, well, I don't know. But with interest rates the way they are, the more money you put down, the less it costs you over time, right? And so there's all these considerations that are going into this situation. So you have been trying to tap your intuition, which is excellent, to get information. Here we have the feminine receptive energy. She is using a pendulum, and whenever this card shows up, I always like to take that as an opportunity to clear your energy collectively for all of the Leos, just to help you to move through this energy that we're in, this new cycle. And as you can see, I really picked up speed in a hurry. Okay, so here it is. You've been trying to use your intuition, but maybe not necessarily trusting your intuition, because in the area of where you've been having some doubts, we have the moon, and the moon is about doing the self-reflection, about going in and trusting your intuition. And I think for a lot of you, because last year was kind of a cluster, right? There was a lot of things that happened, and maybe you were like doubting your ability to make good choices. Did I make the right decisions along the way? Can I trust my thoughts on this? Do I trust how I feel in my heart space? And you're really being encouraged to anchor into that heart space energy. So, here's the thing about choices and decisions. You really don't make a wrong one. You're always on your path. And sometimes you think, yeah, but it would have been better. It would have been different. There would have been different lessons, different rewards, different things that you would have learned along the way. But it would be different, but your soul is still growing, and that's what's really important. So it's always important to understand. Could we integrate, please? It's always important to understand where you are right now, and taking a look at the lay of the land to where it is you're moving forward to and where it is that you're going. And so here you're at a decision point, and I know that because in the energy of the next choice decision you have to make, what should you do, you have the card of the ways. There's two paths. I love it though, because in this deck it kind of looks like there's this Ace of Pentacles here. And so I feel like it's an opportunity to bring in financial abundance or growth or something that makes you feel more stable and secure. But there's two paths, and so which one do you take, right? One of them on here goes down to the seashore, and the other one heads toward the mountains. Neither is wrong. It kind of just depends on what you're feeling in your heart, what really matters to you. I do see you connecting in with others and perhaps getting some guidance, but I really want to encourage you that the guidance that you receive the most should come from your own higher self, and really trust your gut on things. Really trust what you're feeling. There is in your heart, there are 40,000 brain cells. And so that is the way that we really connect in and with spirit to help us and guide us along the way. And so taking an opportunity to do that. You are definitely going to need, it's about communication. Look, this is the key card, and this is the heart space card. And here we have the key. And so there's with this communication here, it feels like it's definitely about communicating, from the heart, they're saying. Communicating from the heart with those around you that are important. So maybe there are some that you need to get on board. So mom or dad have a really great job opportunity in another place, and you've got teenagers, and like, but we don't want to move. We want to stay here and graduate where all our friends are. And so there's going to be a process of getting everyone on board with whatever situation or choice you're making. But the key here is going to be communication, and I feel like a sense of excitement that comes from you about anticipating about the changes that are ahead, and I think that transmits to others, because this doesn't. They're on a tree branch, but it feels like birds on a wire, where all this information is flowing through and connecting all of them. Can we ground that energy, please? Okay, so in the action to take, what do you anchor your energy into? We have this, it's about getting to work. We got the guy with the axe, he's heading out to work. This is the anchor position, and up here in the how do you transform the situation, we have the anchor. And so it's definitely about, thank you, it is definitely about you doing the work. You anchoring into the showing up for yourself and doing the heavy lifting. And in the area of resources where there have been blocks or stops, here we have the other male that's in here, and look at him. He's totally large and in charge and in control. And so I want to say there's a need for you to take care, and that's not the word I was looking for, is it? Okay, taking charge of your finances, taking a careful look at them, knowing where the money is and where it needs to go. There's resources, and it isn't always about money, but it feels like that in this particular case, and I don't know why that is. So there's a need to sort out something in the financial arena where you really understand where your finances are and where they're going, and be really clear-headed about it, and then rolling up your sleeves and getting to work. Now, let's say you want to start a business. Then it's about understanding what are the obstacles, because this looks like in order to manifest and create, you need to understand, this is the mountain card, where the obstacles are. And here we have the bear there. So this feels like it could be government. It could be a boss. There's some kind of so this is why it really feels financial. It just feels really financial. So there's hoops to be jumped through. Say you want to go to a specific college, or your kid does, or something like that. There's about getting the paperwork in on time so that you can apply for the right scholarship, so that you can, have some assistance. There's stuff. There's deadlines. It feels like there's deadlines, and there's details that need to be handled. And so this is why this delay in making that choice or decision is actually not a good thing. And so it's kind of like, get a move on. The support will show up for you, but you have to make the choice, because people want to support you, but they don't know how yet, unless you make the choice or the decision for what it is, the choice that you want to make, the direction that you want to move in. And then, yes, there is going to be having to roll up your sleeves and get into the down and the dirty of the details. It looks like he's going out to dig a trench or something like that. But all that work will then allow you to manifest and create what you really want to, and allow you to find the way through the blocks, the obstacles that are in the way. All right, so we have Hode, tell the truth. But this communication is in your heart space. Part of this is tell the truth to yourself about what it is you really want, so that you can make this choice in your decision. We have this card of the Star Maiden, which is rest. And so I feel like this is through meditation, through the calm, like sitting quietly. You know how it is when you're a fire sign, sitting there and staring into the bonfire, just allowing your mind to think. Or you can do candle. You could do candle magic at the time of the full moon, and just really, I want to encourage you to communicate with yourself about what it is you really want, because this decision is important, but it's something that needs to be anchored into your heart space. Because I don't know if you can see, but that anchor, the way it splits the stone, it looks like a heart. And so that it needs to anchor into the heart space, what it is you truly want, so that you can bring in the joy and the happiness. And it's going to take work. It's going to take strength and fortitude and commitment. And over the course of the next 4 months, while Venus is working through your sign, she is like, what is of value to you? Do you value yourself? What is of value to you? How do you feel about things? And it's also about financial stuff. And so as she is working through your sign, and you are working with her as she moves forward and then she retrogrades, her retrograde is on the second part. So like the 12th through the 28th degree, I think, is where she's retrograding. And so Mars is there now. She's going to kind of chase Mars, but when she decides to retrograde, he keeps moving forward. But Lilith, Dark Moon Lilith says, okay, so Dark Moon Lilith was involved in the new moon that was seated at that eclipse that happened on December 4th of 2021, right? And so now Dark Moon Lilith is now in your sign. And so Dark Moon Lilith is saying, can you look into your heart and be real clear-eyed about where you are limiting yourself? Where are you creating the blocks and the stops? And so a little bit of time of talking to yourself, being really honest with yourself and understanding, and then comes the magic. Because you have Earth magic. This is the energy to manifest and create. This is your ability to ground your energy and to create, to manifest what it is you want. But it is going to be through your own efforts, through your own determination about what it is you want. Be really honest with yourself. This is about you getting really honest with yourself. The key to the situation here is in the heart. It is in the heart. It is in knowing what it is you really want. And if you can do that, you're going to be able to move forward. You will be carried forward. I'm looking at her, and it's got this third eye kind of crown chakra energy that she's carrying with her. But that horse, that's the subconscious. And things will fall into place with you. So it's also the as above, so below. What you focus on, that's what direction you're going to go. And you have the card of inspiration. It's the water element. It says the mystic power of water has brought you new passions. So we have Neptune in Pisces right now, that is also squaring this. It's squaring. Yes, it's squaring the energy around this full moon. It's squaring both the sun and the moon. And so this water energy is pushing us all to be inspired to make change. And you have the card of change here, right, with that Ways card there. So the mystic power of water has brought you new passion, inspiration, and a burst of creative energy. Feelings and sensations can be overwhelming at this time, but use this opportunity to manifest your desires with your intuition and emotional intelligence. This is about really trusting yourself. Trusting yourself, and also very much about knowing what you want. And the only way you know what you want is if you take the time to have the conversation with yourself about what is true for you. Your truth really matters, and it's time to get very clear about what the truth is for you. Your truth is your truth, and nobody else can tell you what it is. All right, I'm on Facebook every day, and like I said, on Friday, on Friday I did a video about this full moon energy, so I invite you to come over and check that out. And it is also on Facebook, where we're going to be working with Venus as she transits through your sign over the next 4 months to really empower us to work with this energy to lift us all up to the next level. So I would love to see you there. The link for that is in the description box below. And for those of you who have been asking lately, I do personal readings. And so the information for that is also in the description box below. You guys take great care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon.